Morning guys, it's Byron here from ETA Kitchen, and we're just going to give you a quick breakfast DIY. Ladies, if you love your man, at least once, make him a steak and eggs for breakfast. Men, if you love yourself, make yourself some steak and eggs for breakfast, at least just once. So this is going to be a quick video. I've already got my steak, it's already seasoned. In case you're wondering, it's a little bit of salt, pepper, a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of smoked paprika, some garlic powder. That's it. So now we're going to talk about portion control, right? Because I'm sticking to my diet. But obviously, this is a good sized steak. If I wasn't dieting, I would eat the entire steak. And that's kind of how I ended up here. So what we're going to do, slice this in half. We're going to cook both of them, but we're going to have one for lunch and one for breakfast instead of one big steak. Right? So you've got your leftover seasoning that falls off the steak. Just want to soak that up. Get it to stick. Just like so. All right, there we go. Simple, easy peasy. So we're going to get this cooking. We're going to come back and we're going to do some omelet. And we are back. As you can see, the steak is already perfectly cooked. Take a little bit of oil. Don't use olive oil for this, guys. Just used, whatever you got. I'm using canola. Just want to get a little bit of oil in there. Give it a nice slick surface. And while the pan is heating up, we're going to use our leftover seasoning in this omelet, guys. Just because I don't like to waste it. So crack you 3 eggs. You can also use butter in the skillet while it's heating up. But crack you 3 eggs. Get yourself a handy dandy fork. Break up your yolks. Okay, now we're going to turn the temperature down because the pan's getting hot. And you just want to make sure that it's all mixed up nicely. All right, otherwise you're not going to get a good omelet result. I'm actually going to add a little bit more oil to the pan here. Spread it all out. Actually, you know what? I had almost a little bit too much oil, but that's okay. It'll be all right. So now that the pan is warm, let's go ahead. Pour in your egg. Now this is the secret to a good omelet. You're going to want to move it around a little bit so you get good coverage. Since I only have a little bit of seasoning left, this will be perfect because eggs do not take a lot of seasoning. There we go. So that's all she wrote there. I like my omelets very simple. You guys can make them as simple as you want or as complex as you want. It doesn't matter. This video is all about the fundamentals. So I've got some sliced red onion here. We're just gonna, a little bit of sliced red onion in there. Just like that, right down the center line. And it's important to note that you have got to move quickly while this is going on. Especially if you have a gas stove, because gas stoves cook a lot quicker. So now we're just going to take a little bit of this. You know what? What the hell? Okay. Apparently, I got bad turkey. I'm a little disappointed about that. It's alright though. Now this is just some grated cheddar. This is your standard, nothing fancy. Just happens to be a very good quality cheddar. And we got a little onion stray. So that's it, guys. Ideally, I would like to throw a little bit of sliced smoked turkey in there. As you guys just witnessed, that turkey I have is bad, so not much I can do about that. I'm going to take a long, skinny spatula. And you're just going to you're going to rotate it. Once, this is how you know it's ready to flip, okay? You see how it just kind of glides easily across the pan? Number one, that's your oil, and number two, that means that it's cooked all the way through. So that's pretty cool. Get in there, you. And we're going to give it our second flip. And we're just going to let it get melty. Move you over here for a better view. And that's it, guys. Once that cheese is melted, breakfast is served. I'm going to complement that with a little bit of oats and some yogurt. So this has been Byron's 10-minute breakfast. Y'all have a great rest of your day. So now we're back. The omelet's cooked. Cheese is melty. We're just going to give you a little cross section. See? We got some nice melty cheese in there, and we got some cooked onions. So we have to do the obligatory taste test, right? So let's give it the obligatory taste test, shall we? That's about a perfect medium rare, or I'm sorry, medium well. Steak is awesome. That is awesome. Now we're going to top off this omelet here, because I'm a Southern California boy at heart. We're going to use some jalapeno hot sauce. This is the jalapeno hot sauce that I made a while back. If you go back a few episodes on the fermentation madness. And we're just going to top it off. That's it. That is a perfect, simple breakfast. We've got some yogurt. We're fixing to cook some oatmeal. So, this is Byron, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Alrighty guys, Byron here from ETA Kitchen, and we're going to give you a quick primer on how to make some oats. You don't have to use this brand, there's plenty of other brands. But step one, bring your water up to a boil. Just put you about 4 scoops of this in there. These are tablespoons, so I would call this a heaping tablespoon. You bring it up to a rapid boil on high heat, and then you turn the heat down just a little bit. Put your 4 scoops of that in there. Get a wooden spoon, or ideally a silicone spatula. Just mix it up a little bit. I'm actually going to add a little bit more water, not a whole lot. And once it's all mixed in and it's starting to absorb the water, bring the temperature back up. And everybody has a different technique. Just for the record, guys, this happens to be mine. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing pretty, but this is a great everyday staple food that's really healthy for you. And in case you couldn't tell from some of my earlier videos, I'm not even sucking it in, guys. This is legit. I'm down to a size 42. Actually, I'm less than a 42 now, but I'm eating healthy. You can see this steak and eggs that we did earlier. I'm only going to eat half of that. The other half I'm going to save it for breakfast. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to save it for lunch. Might even save it for dinner, I don't know. Depends, I got a lot of videos to edit today, this afternoon. So you're just going to keep, the key is once it's absorbed the water, you're just going to keep it moving. So now that we can see all the water is gone, we're just going to turn the temperature down a little bit. And you're just looking for it right when the oats start to crack. Just a little bit. That's perfect. Now, your technique may be different than mine. This is just the things that I look for. And you'll see it where the oat will kind of crack down the center of them. And that's how you know you're done. As you can see, some of the stuff is starting to come off on the sides. We didn't get to cook it till it cracked, but when you see the stuff start coming off of the sides, it's also a pretty clear indication that it's done. I don't know what that stuff is, so I'm not going to try to BS you on what it is. I think it's just some of the gluten in here. But you can go ahead and take it. It's nice and thick now, which is what we wanted. Spoon over here. All right, so here we go, star of the show. Next step, we're gonna get some raisins. These happen to be just black dried raisins. All right, nothing fancy. Get you a nice little handful here. And the next 2 steps are 100% optional, but I like it. Get you a little bit of butter. Just a little bit, not a whole lot now. Just put a little slice of butter in there, because the butter will just make it have that extra nice, super creamy deliciousness. And some honey. You can use any kind of honey you want. Just remember that sous vide honey is my favorite. This is not sous vide honey. But you're just going to put about a tablespoon of honey in there. Not a whole lot of honey. Just something, give it a little bit of sweet kick to it, the raisins, everything else. And you now have a fairly healthy side dish to your breakfast. And this will keep you full all day, guys. So, this is Byron, and this is my quick ideal oatmeal video. We've got one more video to do. We're going to make an acai berry smoothie, so stay tuned. Alrighty guys, This is Byron from ETA Kitchen, and we are here to show you how to do a quick acai berry, or if you're from the South, acai berry. I don't care how you pronounce it, it ends up being delicious. So I buy these little packets. It comes in a paste. There's a variety of different ways to get them. I thought slightly, so we still get some frozen chunks in there, but not too bad, right? So go ahead and put that in there. Now we're gonna grab some berries. Just drop them in. And we're gonna grab some yogurt. Any yogurt will do. This just happens to be full fat, nothing fancy yogurt. But you're just going to want to get a little bit in there. So I like to use these small packs. There we go. We have all of our foundation for a quick and simple smoothie. All right, guys. Let's show you what this looks like. Going to use the pulse, just in case you do still have some of that frozen acai berry in there, or acai berry. Let it go on low, and just let it rock out on high. And basically what you're trying to do is break up the seeds in those berries. And that's it. That's pretty much all we wrote. Now I want to throw some cherries in there. And I'm really happy because these are American cherries. And I think cherry is going to give it a nice flavor. So you're just going to kind of lightly scrape the cherry, drop it in. You don't want to eat the cherry pits. They're going to be very difficult to eat. Just pop the stem. You're definitely going to want to do this over the blender, guys. Can't stress this enough, otherwise you are going to make a big, giant mess. We got 2. I'm going to throw in 3 more. So pluck the stems. And yeah, I guess you could, use a knife and chop it up, cut around the pit. There's different techniques. This just happens to be mine, because I know that the blender is going to do its job. So you just kind of split it in half as you go. There you go. Just that simple. Wash your hands off so you don't make a mess. Grab another paper towel. I don't actually have the top for the blender, so that's why I gotta rock it with a paper towel. And that's it. That's all she wrote. So now we've got a couple different berries going on. Now you have 2 ways to pour it. You can use the little strainer thing. That's what we're rocking, by the way. But I like to use nothing. I like mine a little chunky. You might like yours a little smoother. It's all good. I got some left over here. So I'm going to use this for my taste test. All right. Pro tip, if you have a silicone scraper or a silicone spatula, you can just very easily pull that all out of there. I don't have one, mine died. I'm waiting on Amazon to deliver me a new 5 dirham silicone scraper that I've been waiting on forever. Anyway, cheers. Oh my God, that is slap your mama good. That is amazing. This is Byron, and you guys have a great rest of your day. My day just started amazing.